All right, hello, lovely people. During this video, we are going to start building the foundation, which is going to add dimension for your mask project, okay? I have my mask, not my mask, my base right here. What I do want you to do is flip it over and make sure that this area right here along the edge kind of sets relatively flat, okay? We want that to be nice, and you can clean that up a little bit more, as your project goes. But I'm not pinching this. I'm not pinching this thin. I'm literally just flattening it just a smidge because I don't want it to be wonky shaped. Okay, so then when I look at this, I decide, okay, where do I want this to go? Okay, so I have this like this. It's a little squishy, which is fine. I have extra clay here, so I'm going to build this foundation. So this is what I'm starting with, okay? So is it gonna look exactly like this? No, because chances are I'm gonna change it up some, all right? But this is where I'm gonna start. So what I need you guys to do is make sure you are actually building a foundation, because I find a lot of you, you struggle with that. And I don't know if you're just not, paying attention to what's going on or what, but we've got to build on, and I'm gonna go right here. I'm gonna say, okay, so when I look at this right here, where are these things going to go? So I'm going to draw a line down the center. Okay, that's where somewhere in that is going to be his nose. I'm going to put his mouth probably right here. I'm going to put his nose right here, and his eyes in this range, right? Whoops, a little crooked right here. Okay, so roughly in that range right there. I may shift. I actually probably. Let's see. I think I want to shift his mouth down a little bit because I'm going to build some additional jaw on there. Okay, so we're going to go like this. See, made a mistake, not a big deal. Oh, I fixed it by actually just doing that. Okay, so I'm going to put my mouth there, my nose here, my eyes here. So I want to make sure I've got enough space for those horns. So I'm going to put those horns on there, darn it. And see how I just changed the shape of his face? I just gave him a pointy chin. Just by going like that. And as it dries up some, that'll be easier to do too. Okay. All right. So I need to create my nose, my brow ridge, my cheekbones, all that good stuff. All right. So I'm going to literally start the chunk of clay. So if my eyes go there, my brow ridge has to go here. So move this over a tiny bit. I'm going to take squash. I would prefer my bits and pieces to be bigger than what I want them to be, so I can carve in some. So there's my brow ridge. Does it look stupid? Why, of course it does, because, well, it's a chunk of clay. All right, I'm gonna take another piece of clay. And I'm gonna say, all right, I want my nose. I want him to have kind of a bigger nose. So I'm literally going to just take right there. My nose is gonna go on there. And I have to have a chin because I want a strong chin on my guy because he's evil looking. And he's not really evil. I'm going to try to make him look scary. Okay, and then I've got my chin here. I'm going to add a little bit on. Let's squish that out just a little bit. And notice, I haven't attached anything yet. I'm literally just coming through and deciding, ooh, I like that. That is looking good. All right, so that looks good there. All right, and then, and if you need more clay, guess what you need to do? Come to school and get it. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that at all. All right, I'm going to create a cheekbone. Actually, I got to make sure I got two similar size pieces here, because if I don't, then it's going to be like, well, my cheekbones are all messed up. This one is a little bit longer still. That off. I'll be about the same. About the same is good enough. All right, cheekbone right here. Cheekbone right here. I'll have to do a little bit of something here. Maybe I'll take these chunks right here that I had from trimming a little bit ago. Cut that in half. A little bit of. Actually, I did that. Did I not cut very good? How about these two? These two are similar. All right. So this can be the foundation for my lovely dude, okay? Because, I want him to have the foundation. All right, so now I kind of know where things go. So I'm going to take and I'm going to put this off to the side, little bits and pieces. This is my nose, and these are my cheekbones, and these are my other little bits and facial features. And I'll probably add more on too because, well, I like a good foundation. All right, now you need to take a tool and you actually have to scratch. And see here, look what I'm doing. I'm scoring. I'm scoring this whole darn thing. So if I put clay over top of someplace that, everything's been scored, so there's no chance I'm going to create air bubbles. Look at that. I scored the whole darn thing. Yes, I know mine is much faster because, well, my tools are better. Sorry about that. You just have to, use your fork. It'll be fine. Take your time. I'm trying to be fast. I'm not using a fork just for that reason. I'm trying to be fast. So your video's not like insane amounts. Look at, can you see the score marks on that? We're gonna zoom in on that. Look at all those. I mean, like literally, I have scored the tar out of this. This is what I need you to do. I need it scored like you actually mean it, okay? And then you have to come through here and you have to score all of this stuff too. Because if you don't, it just blows off. And well, that is sadness. And there's proof of it in the back room from people that did not score properly, okay? So come through here, crisscross, crisscross, score it really good. And the drier that your clay gets, the more this is important. Like right now, it's important to score it, but I will tell you, it's not as important. I mean, you still have to do it, but the drier your clay gets, the deeper your score mark should be. And don't brush off the crumbs, guys. The crumbs on these things, that's what creates the glue that keeps your pieces together, okay? So you've got to make sure that you're scoring all of those and you're keeping them, those bits and pieces, those crumbles on. If you don't, that's the glue, people. That's the glue. All right. All righty. You can see I've got crumbles on my clay, on my little scoring tool right here. See, there's little crumbles all over that. It's okay. All right, then I'm going to come through, and I didn't actually go and grab water, but I'm just going to use my little spray bottle because that works just as fine. Okay. All right. And then I think I'm going to go back through and I'm going to do my lines again. So I remember where I think I wanted the mouth right there, the nose, I feel like the eyes are in that range. The brow ridge is going to go right here. Okay. And I'm going to put this right here because I was pretty pleased with that. Thought that looked pretty good. And I got the nose right. Let's spray a little bit more. Make sure that's got enough moisture on it. And it doesn't matter if they get all wonky looking right now because guess what? You're gonna literally go through and just squash this all over the place. Okay. If you don't squash it all over the place, it looks like you just have stuff stuck on it. And that's not what I want. Okay. So now comes the fun part. We're gonna come through and we're gonna start sculpting the actual clay. So I'm gonna take and I'm gonna start squishing the clay around. I will say it is a little more challenging with the paper, the soft paper underneath. I can definitely feel it squishing around some. So that is something that you got to think about. And I'm going to use a tool here to help blend it a little bit. My fingers are squishing around a whole bunch. And it's going to look nothing like what I want it to look like right now because, well, it's just a bunch of clay right now. Okay, you got to add your layers on, squish it around, create your dimension, so then you can go through and start sculpting, because we are sculpting. I feel like his eyebrows are too high. Bring those down just a little bit. But you have to come through and you are going to just start blending your bits together. And does it look like a hot mess? Heck yeah, but eventually it's going to look really cool. That's the sculpting part, like I said. Okay, so we're coming through, we're squashing our bits and pieces together. Because if you don't sculpt them, then they just look like they're chunks of clay stuck together. And I want sculpting, not just, just mediocre, sticking clay on. And I will have to add some clay on for the lips too. Pick this up a little bit here. I got this little squash right there. And my hands are really dirty. You know why? Because it's clay. Clay is dirt. Spoons would work good for this too, if you don't have the tools and stuff at your house. All right, it's coming together. All right, I gotta get this up here because I gotta squat them. I'm gonna bring these together just a little bit right here too. So bring that up. I don't want a distinct line there, and I don't want to squash the chin too much. Okay, so there's that. All right. All right, so I got to add some lip stuff on too. Okay, so I've got kind of a face going on here. You can kind of see it starting to happen. Come through. Now, if you don't like the feel of the clay on your hands, well, tough luck. You're in clay class. Okay. Sorry, but that's just how it goes. All right. I might have to trim this up a little bit right here. I don't like how this is squashing a little like that. So I'll just trim that up just a smidge. I got another spot right here. There we go. All right, now I'm going to add some lips on. I did something weird there, didn't I? It's supposed to be like it. You can literally go through and just squash that clay around. Now, this has taken me, I don't even know how long it's taken me. Sorry, I'm not sure. You can check the timer on this thing. It's taken me a little bit of time. All right, not too terribly much. But this is what takes me X amount of time is going to take you double to triple, probably triple, maybe 4 times longer. Okay, just depends on how fast you work. All right, so when you do lips, I'm going to say the bottom lip typically, traditionally, is a little bit thicker than the bottom or than the top lip. And, there's a lot of different ways you can go about. Oh, yeah, I got to remember, I'm making mine. I think I'm making his mouth open here. Forgot about that. I was just making a face, like literally just making a face. Okay. So, that's really sticky. Roll that out a little bit. I think I want his lip to be more down because he's kind of like an animal. All right, so there's that. And he might not look anything like this because you know what? Not sure. Because he might morph into something else. Because he's kind of like a beast. I'm gonna have to add a little bit of a couple of chunks for the what was that? This part right here. I got to get a little bit of depth there. So I'm gonna go take a chunk of clay, just a little bit. That off. He's gonna look like he's got a mustache, I think. Flatten that out some. Just keep trimming it. Okay. Looks goofy right now, but it's gonna work because I'm gonna carve away from it. Okay. So we go like this. This. Ideas are great, but the ability to modify from your original thought process, I think, is good for a lot of students. Because when you struggle coming up with, that exact thing that you were trying to do, it sometimes is frustrating for you. So if you can say, it's okay. I'm more concerned about the process now than that. Okay, so I think I want his nose to be more like a dog nose, like a hybrid dog human. That's what I'm making with horns. Okay. All right. So I have added the foundation. All right. Is this perfect? No. Is it good enough for now? Yes. Okay. So I actually do have to let this dry up some. I may have to get my hair dryer out and work on, some of that. So I built the foundation. Now I need to go through and start fine tuning it and carving in my details and stuff. All right. So for now, this is good enough. And you need to get to this stage. Okay. So that being said, I'm going to stop this video. I'm going to let this dry for probably, I don't know how long. I have to film I'm going to film the whole thing today, I think, or maybe at least half of it. All right. I've probably done half of it. I might need to I might do it on Tuesday of next week. All right, so there's that. That's the start. If you look at the side of his face, he's got dimension, okay? All right, that's what we're going for, all right? So good luck. Watch the rest of the videos, and I'll see you in class, hopefully. That'd be great.